leaders, no, this is the time for us to do it. If we want change, we have to change it right now. Like the other speakers have mentioned, there are very many people who are qualified for these seats, but because we've generally always, put people in power without merit. We just put people in power in terms of where we come from, in terms of our political parties. We don't want to hear that nonsense anymore. We are Kenyans. We love each other. We love all of you. I love all of you people. And I want the best for all of us as Kenyans. So we have to get rid of these thugs that call themselves our leaders, that pander to the West, and are willing to let young people of this generation die over a bill. Do you know how many bills pass in parliament every day or all the time? Do you know how many bills pass that we don't even hear about sometimes? For him to do all of this and be willing to shed blood of young people in this country is madness, utter madness. And we should always have that in the back of our minds, that these are the people we are dealing with. We are dealing with people who have no regard for human life and are willing to put their own interests ahead of what the people of Kenya want. So we are not going to hear your stories. We don't want to hear your apologies. And this is no longer just about the finance bill, because we understand the type of people you are. We have seen it. We have seen it, and we don't want history to repeat itself. We don't make the same mistakes our parents made, and people who never chose to speak up. Right now we have the numbers, we have the capacity, we have the communication channels. Let us not lose momentum. Let us remember what we are fighting for. We can do it, and if there's ever a time for us to believe we can do it, it is now. So I'm very proud of everyone, of the way we've been showing up for each other, the way we've been supporting each other. Let's keep on fighting, and I know that we should not relent. What we want, we'll be able to make it happen if we just remember why we are fighting, and we don't let the blood of our colleagues to just go for no reason, in vain. Those people died just just fighting just like us. It could have been any of us. So let us not forget that. And I just want you guys to know that we are all in this together. We don't want to go back to our old ways as Kenyans, and even as Africans in general. We know that the world is watching. We know other African countries as well are watching as well. And who knows what might come out of this. So let us keep it pushing, and let us not stop. Like we said, 3 years is such a long time. And if we lose momentum right now, these people will sneak back in like the snakes that they are, and come and give us lies, try to separate us through tribal divides again. Let us not allow that to happen. This is our country. We love our country, and we love each other, and we're not going to allow thugs to lead us anymore. Yeah. So that's all. That's all I had to say.
Thank you. Thank you, Vanessa. And for clarification, before I even talk, we raised a 2.997, but I think it reached 3 million for Rex and Evans. And the family, and if I'd been in touch with the family, like I said, we'll be accountable for all the money that people contributed in the Mchanga. So after we will settle with the family, we'll post all the screenshots of the transactions, everything. We must be accountable. Unlike our leaders, we must be accountable. And if you know somebody who was hurt, somebody maybe unaccounted for, or somebody you don't know, kindly send the names, because as of now, Anifa set an Mchanga in the morning, and 8 hours now we have surpassed our target, which was 10 million. We are now at 14 million. So we are really willing to help the people who are affected. There are so many people, like our president can lie that 6 people died, but we know it's more than 200 people yesterday that were killed. They should not lie to Kenyans. They should not even be allowed. They should not be given this public platform to spew nonsense, because people in the village will believe this. I am very sure what Ruto said. There are people in the village right now saying our president has spoken and we must listen to what he says. But I know most of the people in this space, they went to school. We went to school to get information. Education gives us the right information. Information is power, guys. Information is power. This is the fear of the government. That's why you see they are now raising the school fees. They're raising hell. They don't want people to go to school. Ndio mkuu wajinga, ndio tukue washenzi, tunawasikiza tu tukiwaambia yes, tunakuwa subjects in our own country, we become slaves in our own country, or we become slaves in another country. Kwanza chenye Ruto aliongelea leo labor exportation, that was pure nonsense, because what I know, Judy Chepchirchir still talks with Mandago and Ruto, and they're the same people waliosha watu more than 800 million. First choice, what I know, these me nilioga, like najua many people walioga at 5k 180k. The first choice waliosha watu more than 800 million. Mandago waliosha watu 1.1 billion. 1.1 billion. Alafu Ruto anakuja anasema mimi ndio nilisimamia watu kwenda Saudi Arabia. Unasimamia watu kwenda kuuawa Saudi Arabia na Waarabu? Like, why do you lie to Kenyans? Labor exportation should be cancelled. Kwanza hiyo ni kitu ingine hata tuongelee. Hiyo kitu inafaa kutolewa. Like, we should not be exporting our citizens to slavery. I know this for fact. Najua somebody, my neighbor mwenye the child alienda Qatar, he came back to Kenya and is not okay mentally. People doesn't know outside here. See, I climb Quinje by the weather is so extreme that itatoa ile mental sickness ujai juu uko naye, watu uchizi huku nje. So imagine unarudi village, you are not okay. I know my friend mwenye alikuja Israel, she's not okay. Like, many people are not okay because they have been subjected by their government kwenda kuhustle huku nje. It's not fit for everyone. Like, some people might say, oh, now you are gatekeeping opportunities or anything. No, we are not gatekeeping. We're just saying the truth. Ukipata contract, scholarship, kitu mzuri, toka Kenya. But what I know, mzungu hata ikubali mshinde. Mzungu atakuona wewe ni inferior each and every time. Fuck the white man. Acha mimi siwadanganye. So chenye na washow hii kitu chenye inaendelea, Ruto by then ni Uncle Rakas. Ruto is just a pure Uncle Rakas. Because anaenda anacheka na wazungu, ilali tunateseka Kenya. I've been a victim of the system. Personally, I've been a victim of the system. How many people are like me? How many Kimuzis are there in Kenya? Many. Because we don't know where we are going. We don't know where. And they just lie. They lie to people. Kimani Chungwa can lie in parliament. They have been abducted. And yet, Otero amentext 3, wamemkujia kwake. Wamemkujia 3, wanabisha mlango hadi wakavunja. And I really like Otero because alivunja simu. They never accessed any information yake. So unapata, these people, they just lie for the sake of lying. Sudi, they say 6 people died. Kwa klabu ya Sudi Timba jana, more than 2 people died. More than 8 people died in Eldoret. More than 4 people died in Nyeri. Nyahururu naona kuna wenye walishutiwa. Nakuru status, there are people who were killed. Githurai, it was like a massacre. Nairobi, there were sniper alikuwa anatoa watu headshot. The brains were splatting on the streets. No, we cannot continue this. I hope people understand my pain. And I really wish. Some people say you are inciting people or anything. You are not here because I'm in diaspora or anything. No. Yesterday, mwenye ananipea information from ground is my blood brother. Ameniambia nitumie tu fare nijaze Nissan twende tufanye hivi na majamaa tufanye hivi because we need to speak our voice. I am sure ningekuwa ground in campus. I used to attend these protests. So it's nothing new to me because I knew we are fighting for our rights. Let me tell you something that many people don't want to hear. You'd rather fight on your while standing than bow to somebody. Mukibo from tomorrow, let me just tell you the truth. Like I just said from the start, mtakujiwa moja moja. Mtakuwa mnaona strategy hao watu wameona they have bought the church, they have bought the judiciary, they have bought these fucking MPs. How my fala wenye wako parliament wenye walikuwa nakimbia jana kama fala. So wangengoja watu address watu wao you vote yes. They have voted. Personally, my MP Cheponga voted yes. So nakwambia hao wamenunulia wa mafala, wamenunua judiciary, wamenunua NIS, wamenunua DCI. They have bought everywhere. And that's why they cannot buy us because they cannot identify somebody to buy. They cannot buy a movement. They cannot buy. We are like a blockchain. We are dynamic. wakishika huyu hii kitu inaendelea, wakishika huyu hii kitu inaendelea. So they cannot pinpoint somebody that they can give millions so that they can speak. Naona Ruto akisema I want to have a conversation with Gen Z. No, we are not having a conversation. Who are you having with a conversation? Kuna mtu ambaye have a conversation anonymous, the activists, the hacking group. They cannot have a conversation because you don't know who you are addressing. We are like that. We are a legion. We don't want Ruto to address. We don't want him to speak to us. The conversation period is over. We don't want to hear what he's saying. Wacha aongee kwa TV. Mimi namwekanga mute, naona tu nikaa anatumia sign language, ninaweza mwelewa, but I don't want to hear Ruto speaking because it's kind of personal for a person who really campaigned for Ruto in this platform in 2021 and what he's turned to. He's turned into wacha hata nisiendelea. It's just Ivy, you can talk.